Yeah, there we go. The server's not connected. I'm Killer Frog, and I'm going to be talking about the World Cyber Games and pro gaming today. Now, the lineup for the World Cyber Games has been out for quite some time now, and I finally took myself together to make a bit of a rant about which games are with it, which games are not in it, and it's going to be kind of short because I haven't prepared myself too much because I've had so much things to do, but I want to get it out before the World Cyber Games actually start because anything else would be retarded. Because ranting about something after it's done really doesn't make much sense, which is why I haven't done my rant on, for example, Bioshock. So yeah, I'm going to just take the list one by one, game for game, and talk about why I think it should be there and why I think it should not be there. First game on the list is Counter-Strike 1.6. Been a pro gaming game for a long time. I'm happy that they haven't switched over to Counter-Strike Source yet because the hitboxes are bigger, the weapons are more random, therefore bigger random factor in the game that's supposed to be based on skill is not good, so I'm happy they're sticking with 1.6 so far until the pro mod for Counter-Strike Source really kicks in. I do hope that one day pro mod will take over and it will be as skilled as 1.6 and they will bring it over so we can, because the better resolution there are in the games, the more it's going to attract the general public and it will be a bigger thing because who wants to, you'd rather look at something in a good quality than something in a bad quality, and 1.6 isn't exactly like a like something normal people would like to look at. Is more for the hardcore, so I'm happy it's there, but I would rather see a good pro mod come out and take the place for it. But as long as it's there, I'm happy. I want Counter-Strike there to be there in some way, form, or matter. But yeah, I do hope the other thing just take over soon. Next is StarCraft Brood War, of course the most skilled game in the entire world, so why would that not be there? It is. It does come 100% down to skill who wins a game in StarCraft, so I'm really happy StarCraft is still there, and I'm hoping for the Koreans to win it once again. And of course, I'd also like to see the international scene take over a bit because it is getting a bit one-sided. Next is Warcraft 3: The Frozen Throne, the game I actually work with as an audio commentator and shoutcaster. Not all in all a 100% balanced game. Just recently came out with a patch which I'm very excited to see if they're going to use the new patch or the old patch for the World Cyber Games. I'm hoping they're going to use the old patch because doing the World Cyber Games a skill-based thing on a patch that everyone hasn't played out to their full potential, hasn't come in completely into the balance, would be kind of stupid. And I'm going to come closer to that when it comes to Kane's Wrath, explaining why I don't like that in the World Cyber Games. Warcraft 3, good it's there, but I hope they're going to use the old patch until the new patch is fully out and has been tested enough for it to be 100% ready for being played. I'm really fucking up my words today, I'm sorry. Next game on the list is FIFA. Well, I'm kind of two-sided on FIFA because it's one of the few games that are on the console that I think should be on the console because it really does place itself better as a console game than a PC game, so I'm happy it's on the console. Haven't played FIFA enough myself to see if it's deserves to be played on a pro level, but seeing as how competitive the scene is, I mean there are tournaments all over the world every year, and it does have quite a big following. So I'm assuming it is a quite balanced game, and of course they're using the same team for both players, so they're going to have an equal starting setup. Which is even, then I can see how that could be reasonable for being a pro gaming game. Need for Speed Pro Street, I'm not too sure about having two racing games in the World Cyber Games because they don't differ that much in the way they play. I mean, one is more based on drifting, the other one is more based on just normal driving, meaning, what's the name of it again? Project Gotham Racing. I do like Project Gotham better than Pro Street, but I haven't played enough racing games to really get a grasp of which one is more skill based. But yeah, so far I'm much more into Project Gotham Racing, also because I've seen players go from one to the other and be able to do just fine, which just tells me that it's too much of a replica, and no, I don't like Need for Speed too much actually. Kane's Wrath should not be there. Definitely not be there. That just shows that EA has too much money. The game has been out for less than a month. It came out in June, and there's no fucking way they're gonna have the game balanced enough to be in a pro gaming scene and to have players played it enough. Same reason with the patch for Warcraft 3. It's just retarded to have a game that is so new in the world side. It should be taken out and it should never be there. I mean, the old before the the expansion came out was not even balanced. So how can they think that the fucking expansion is going to be balanced the day it comes out? Is retarded. I really am against CNC3 being there 100%. I do think that it's just EA having too long fingers and too much money, too deep pockets, I think it's called. Age of Empires, free the ancient dynasties. I've never ever heard anyone else. I mean, people have tried making Age of Mythology a pro game for a long time, but it never really got there because it just wasn't a complex enough game to get all the way up there. It was just too much of the old Age of Empires gameplay going through, and it just doesn't fit itself as a pro gaming game, in my opinion. I'm happy to see more games come into there, and I'm not saying they should filter out everything that I don't like just because I don't think it's 100% fair that it's there. But I do think that games that are made to be skill-based should be there. For example, I think Quake has been removed from the list, which is completely retarded. Quake is one of the most intensive shooters out there, and it's, apart from having able to shoot and being able to do team play to play the game, you also have to have your internal clock running all the times on all the different spawns of the weapons, the power-ups and everything, and Quake should be there 100%. I do not know why it's been taken off. It boggles my mind every time I see it. Then there's something called KCOM 3, and for PC, I've never heard about it. There's something called Aspect 3 for the mobile, which I've never heard about. Me having never heard about it, and I'm very, very much into pro gaming. It just seems to me like I have no idea what they're about in those games. Project Gotham Racing, I was over. Guitar Hero 3, I am for rhythm-based games being in the World Cyber Games. I do, however, think that they should tweak the gameplay a bit for the pro scene, because as far as I've understood in rhythm-based games right now, other than DDR, if you hit the note, even if you're, because there's a space on each note you can hit, you don't have to hit right on when the note actually is in the song. You actually have a bit of a delay that you can fix it on, and that just makes the precision isn't big enough for me to analyze it as a pro game. If they were to make a mod for it that would give you more points if you actually hit the note right where it should be. So you would be able to distinguish the really, really good players from the ones that can just complete a song. That would make me more happy with it being there. I am happy that it's actually getting into the scene, but I do think it needs some tweaks, much like how a Source from Counter-Strike needs a tweak to be able to be in the World Cyber Games. Halo 3 shooters on consoles, that was a whole nother discussion. I think it's completely retarded, especially because Halo 2 got set to be a pro gaming game, and the hitboxes in that game are just ridiculously big. And if you do like strafe sniping and shit, you have a much bigger chance of hitting the hitbox than not, because the game is configured that way. So like strafe sniping and stuff is really easy in Halo 2. I'm not sure how much that got. I think I know it got the hitboxes and stuff got reduced in Halo 3, but there's a reason Halo 3 never broke out on the PC, or Halo never broke out on the PC in general, because for a console game, sure, it's fine, but it's just not a skilled enough shooter to be able to be played at a pro level. And I mean, of course, playing a shooter on a fucking console is like playing with crutches, and if you measure the reflexes and the skills in some way of a Counter-Strike player or a Quake player and a Halo 3 player, you will see that the fucking Counter-Strike players and Quake players are far better than the Xbox players. And I just think it's because the consoles are so popular, that's why they have to put some console games in there, especially the shooters, but I just don't think they deserve to be there at all. Really, Halo 3 pisses me off to no extent. Last off is Virtua Fighter 5, which for a fighting game, it is the best fighting game out there. The counter system is really in depth. It's by far the most skill-based fighter game in the old fighting series. Maybe of course the old Street Fighter is also really, really, really good, and they're not dated. I'm not sure why they're not there. The old Street Fighter should be there. The only thing that I would want in these fighting games is for the characters be a bit more balanced, so you can see a bigger variety in the characters. Normally now you only see players playing with about 3 or 4 different characters. I have 8 seconds left, so this is Killer Frog signing out. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'm sorry I wasn't so happy, but my dad is sleeping in back behind me. Bye.